Go.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Nolen Davis, and this call is all about Jocelyn. This is her virtual launch. Her and I, we've known each other for a couple of years now. I'm very excited for her. I'm very happy to be working with this lady. If you know anything about Jocelyn, you'll know that not only is she's fun spirited, she truly cares about people and she's all about the holistic side of wellness. And her and I are working together right now. And I'm going to let her do a small little intro and I'm going to be taking it back from her. But Jocelyn, go ahead and give everybody a small little intro.
All right. Hey, y'all. I just wanted to thank y'all for coming out tonight. And I was introduced to this product, and like my friend said, I'm very interested in the holistic part of it, and I've already been on it, and it's great, and it's given me it's done really well. And I just want to introduce you to my friend. Take it away, Nolan.
All right. All right. So again, I'm Nolan Davis, and tonight is going to be very special for those that are tuning in. And if you're watching this recording, here's the thing. So many times we're looking for a supplement. We're looking for the fountain of youth. We're looking for something to give us the longevity to where we can look better, feel better, and perform better. And a lot of times we're just Googling things, right? Something comes across our feed, something comes up on our algorithm, and we're like, hey, I need to start juicing. Hey, I need to take some turmeric. Hey, this sounds like what it is. But until you understand what we have today, I don't want you to buy not one more supplement because what we have can make all of the supplements that you're taking, all the nutrition that you need to come out of your food if you're on a great diet. Now, if you're eating pizza, not so much. But when you're eating the vegetables, if you're a vegan, if you're juicing any of those things, we're going to show you a product that absolutely enhances all of that. Now, what Jocelyn has done, she has joined our team and she is truly looking for people that are interested in becoming customers because once you see what we have and you understand what it does in your body, you would definitely want to become a customer. On the flip side of that, if you're a person that's looking for an opportunity or a side hustle, there's definitely an opportunity here. Now, my name is Nolan Davis. Like I said, I've been in network marketing in health and wellness for over 7 years. And I've seen it all. I've seen all of the things that has come out that's when it's brand new. A lot of times when it's brand new and they're just getting started, that means that they're a startup. So I've helped companies grow with a brand new product. They're launching it. Nobody's heard of it. And we're the first ones to market. This is a little bit different. This opportunity that we have here is a brand new product here, but the company is a 20-year-old company. The company has been on NASDAQ and has increased the shares of stock by 500% in the last 15 months. This company is in 47 other countries, including our country, and they just got here and just got started. So I just want you to understand we don't really have to go through the growing pains as far as having a brand new product and now it's being a brand new company because those growing pains can be painful, hence growing pains, right? So I want you to understand that first and foremost, but more importantly, I want to tell you a little bit about the product before I introduce the person that's coming on next. The product is omega 3s. Now, you may already be taking omega 3s. You may have heard of omega 3s. You may have heard of fish oil, or you may think you eat a lot of fish. But when you understand what we have from our patented formula and what it does to your body on a cellular level, I'm going to give you a brief description up front before we really give you a dive in. In your body, you have omega 6s and you have omega 3s. Omega 6s comes out of all the seed oils, meat products, and all of that. Your omega 3s literally comes from fish and the algae that fish eat. That's how it absorbs into your body. They should be balanced, and you're going to hear that word balanced a lot. They should be balanced to where they should be 1-for-1 in your body. If your omega 6s is 1, 2, or 3 to 1 omega 3s, that's what we call the safe zone. Once you hit 4 to 1, which I'm going to tell you where most Americans are, but once you hit 4 to 1, it starts inflammation. That inflammation makes your cells very sticky. It gives a hard surface on the cell membrane, and it makes it hard for your cells to breathe. So all of the nutrients and minerals can't come in from an inhale standpoint. And more importantly, the waste products and the toxins can't come out. That's at 4 to 1. The average American is at 25 to 1, right? And if you know anything about the body, everything that goes wrong with the body starts on the cellular level of inflammation. So to remove that inflammation is absolutely amazing. But here's where we really stand out from everyone else. And here's where we are pioneers in this space. We actually test. We are the leaders of test-based nutrition. What does that mean? That means that we test to see how our product works in your body. You take the test up front, stay on our product for 4 months, and then take the test, and we prove to you this is your own blood, a home administered lab results test to where you prick your finger, 2 dots of blood, you mail it in. And after that, they tell you where you are. You stay on our product and we show you where we get you to from increasing your health levels to up to where your cells on a cellular level can literally inhale all the nutrients from all your other supplements, from all the food that you're eating, and more importantly, exhale all of the toxins and waste products. Now, to give you a rundown so you can thoroughly understand what we're talking about, that's just a summary. I'm going to bring up John Cini. John Cini has been in this business a little bit longer than me. He does a lot of the calls that we have, and we're having calls pretty much every day. And he's been in the health and wellness industry for decades. And with his experience, along with what we have at our fingertips right now, it's absolutely amazing. And I want John to go ahead and take it away.
Hey, thank you so much, Nolen. I'm going to just share some slides with y'all. But yeah, it's actually been 2.5 decades that I've been in the nutrition business. And as soon as I heard that this little test existed, I was so excited. I couldn't wait to go and get tested. And then I got my score and I wanted to flip a U-turn because my number was terrible. I couldn't believe it. I've been taking an omega-3 supplement, Mr. Davis, for 2.5 decades. 25 years I've been taking an omega-3 supplement. And I thought for sure my number was going to be good. 5 years ago, I ended my PBJ habit and I went to tuna fish. And I've been eating tuna fish every day for 5 years. Did nothing for me. What I found out was that when they strip the mercury and the other heavy metals out of the tuna, they also strip out all of the polyphenols that are responsible for getting they wrap around the omega-3 and get it absorbed in your body. But when they strip all that stuff out, I'm getting some good protein from the tuna, but that's it. I'm not getting any of the omega-3 absorption, and that's why I got a bad score. I mean, you gave them a great overview. We are talking about the future of personalized health. I kind of want to jump to the score section because it's kind of amazing, but I'll take you there in a minute. We are talking about a system that is already in place, and we're going to help you evaluate it. You know, does it solve a real problem? Is the timing right? Is the company solid? Can you win here? So we're going to go through those things just very briefly. What we're doing is solving problems that no one else is. And you've probably everybody's seen all of these companies, and you know that they've solved major problems and taken massive market share. Amazon did it originally just off of selling books, right? And then now they're like the world's retailer online. Uber took tons of business away from taxi drivers, made it a lot easier to, get transported. Airbnb let everyone jump into the hotel business. Netflix crushed Blockbuster. Remember that?
Absolutely.
The old days, if you do, you're old like me. And, and even today, they've taken major money away from cable TV and all the other TV channels. Zinzino is going to be one of those major players in solving problems that no one else has figured out how to solve. This goes all the way back 21 years ago. Time magazine, cover story. I still remember when this came out, The Secret Killer, how inflammation is tied to heart attacks, cancer, Alzheimer's, and many others. Pretty much every chronic disease out there starts at that cellular level, just like Nolen was talking about. And, when they wrote this article, the evidence had been coming out over the last 5, 6, 7 years. But today, we know for sure. I mean, there have been hundreds and hundreds of clinical studies and thousands of articles talking about it. Here's just a handful. I wish I could read them all to you. I'm going to focus in on this headline right here. It ran on CNN. It ran everywhere. This is from the University of Georgia's Longevity Center from April of 2024, not that long ago. And it said an imbalance of two healthy fats, the omega-6 and the omega-3 that Nolen mentioned earlier, affects your early death risk, study finds. They actually analyzed the blood of 85,000 people and came to that conclusion. And they said it's going to be a significant impact on how long you live based on what that ratio is. In fact, neuroscience over at news.com ran this headline in 2021. A low omega-3 index is just as strong a predictor of early death as smoking.
Right.
Wow. And we all know if you're doing the smoking, you're chopping years off your life. I could sit here all day and read all these headlines to you. You got the point. And the omega ratio is the way for you to check what's going on inside your body. And that's why we're solving a massive existing problem. I mean, think about it. What Nolen initially referenced was how we all take supplements, just about everybody, and we all hope they're working. A lot of us maybe believe they're working, but do we really know? Are you sure? Nobody's sure. And now you can be. That is the beautiful thing about what Zinzino has. This is the omega-6. You need it. You can't get it from inside your body. You have to consume it. And it's largely pro-inflammatory. We have too much inflammation. That's the problem. Too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3. It's very simple 2-minute test that you can do right in the comfort of your own home, and you mail it in a postage paid envelope. It's so easy to do. Omega-3 is essential. We don't produce it. So again, we have to get it from external sources, but we don't get enough of it, and it's largely anti-inflammatory. So we have an inflammatory storm going on in the bodies of, about everybody, 99% of America so
Right.
far, of all the people that we've tested. It's not 100%. And I've tested a couple hundred people. It'll be fun to look back at this video, 2 or 3 years from now. Couple hundred people. And I've had 2 that got in the safe zone that Nolen was telling you about. 2 out of more than 200. So that verifies the numbers right there. So the most important number is that 3-to-1 safe zone, and that's where we want to get in. And if you're like me, you're going to come in down here around the average. I couldn't believe it. I'll show you my score in a minute. But, way back when, even just 100, 150 years ago, they actually were able to look at the blood and some of the other values of people when they were, on the planet. And they saw that the DNA showed and the blood testing showed that they were down around that ideal point of 1-to-1. As our food has become more processed, more fried, more based on seed oils, more based on sugar and all that yummy stuff, our omega-6 ratio, our omega-6 intake has gotten completely out of control. And I just had a friend's niece score a 79-to-1.
Oof.
I don't even know what to say to that. And here's the healthy cell that Nolen was so appropriately describing, where the nutrition is going in and the waste is going out. Healthy cell membrane that is permeable, that is functional, that, can move back and forth. Whereas the unhealthy cell has that hardened, rigid membrane where things can't get in or get out. And that's where you have hardening of the arteries, cell mutation, all these other challenges that build up and lead to chronic illness.
Right.
So what we do is we test instead of guess. And that is moving from hoping or believing to knowing that we are doing the right thing. Now, some of us, we've been doing the wrong thing for a long time. So we're going to have to do the right thing for a lot longer time than if you're younger and you haven't messed up your system yet. No different than, if you got black lung or, you've destroyed your liver, all these other fun things that we do when we damage our body with the wrong intake. So anybody know what that is right there?
Oh, check
Of course,
engine
everybody
light.
knows what that is.
Yeah.
Check engine light, right? Everybody knows that. If you don't check, what's going to happen? It's going to get worse. Something's going to be bad. That means stop driving and get to the hospital or, get to the auto mechanic. Well, Zinzino's omega ratio is your body's check engine light. And when you get that indication, now it's time to do something about it. The secret killer, as Time Magazine called it, means we can't see what's going on in our body. I'm 59. I play competitive sports. I'm out running all the time, working out. I feel great, right? I'm super healthy. Wrong. I have an inflammatory storm going on inside my body. And the first step is finding out that you have that problem. And then what do? Well, this guy right here is actually in our business. But years ago, he was the global spokesperson for the world's largest omega-3 supplement company, Nordic Naturals. This picture, credit Nordic Naturals, if you can see that down at the bottom of the screen. And this is a story that ran in the New Zealand press. American health expert urges omega-3 testing to save New Zealand health system millions. Look at the date on this. That is, can you see that, Nolen?
Yes.
October 2012. Jocelyn, is that too tiny for you? That is just amazing. That was 13 years ago.
Right.
How crazy is that? He has been advocating test, don't guess for a decade and a half. And he was traveling all over the globe, spreading the word, you got to get tested. And then he found out that his supplement wasn't working. Now he's here with Zinzino, and he knows that his supplement is working because he got tested, and you can too, right? And it's a very simple process. We give you a test like that. We actually don't give it to you. You got to buy it, but it's there somewhere. But this test, it's not free. I wish it was. We'd be testing everybody all day, every day. But even with the test cost of $115, you get our solution. So you get the test and the bottle, And the bottle is the omega-3 solution. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, that patented product that Nolen referenced earlier. But that bottle is $45. And the test you mail in, that 115 includes the 45. So you don't have to pay extra for that. And not only that, but when you get on our product, they give you a free retest 4 months after you've been using it to get your score better. All your cells turn over in your body every 4 months or so. It's approximate. But 37 trillion cells are rotating. And so after 4 months, you get a much better picture of what's going on when you've been flushing omega-3 through your body. And oh, by the way, there's 100% money back guarantee on our test, on that initial test. If your test comes in and you're in the safe zone, they will refund the $115 and you can keep the bottle. You should have been drinking it anyway, because 99% of us are going to fail the test. So there's only going to be a small 1%, maybe less, getting their money refunded. And it's very simple. Again, we give you that test. You can do a spring-loaded little poke, hardly even feel it, and then you drop a little bit of blood on the card that you then mail in. That's the blood spot card right there. You keep this. That's the big exclamation point, because they want you to send that in because it's got a code on it. What does that code mean? That means that this test, the blood, is tied to that code. Guess who else has any of your personal info? Nobody. They don't know your name. They don't know where you live. They don't know anything. It's 100% anonymized. They can't cheat or corrupt the data. How cool is that? Right. And it goes to the world's #1 dried blood spot test, where they analyze, and that's what they're talking about when they send you back your results. It's coming from a lab in Oslo, Norway. Amazing. And they actually do business with Abbott, Bristol Myers Squibb, GE Healthcare, BASF, probably heard of all those names, Max Planck Institute, Cambridge University, all the leading health organizations around the globe that do blood spot testing go through this organization. I say all of them. I mean, all the best ones. But they are the #1 lab in the world for that kind of testing, and it's all anonymized. And then when you get your results, then you share your info with Zinzino. Zinzino is totally unaffiliated with that lab. So they have a contract with them, but the lab gives you your results back before they even know who the heck you are. And then you take your supplement, you stay on it. So you're going to get your test results. You're going to keep taking the supplement, and then you're going to retest. That's probably the most important part, to know if you got improvement. And what's shocking is everybody's going to get their score way, way improved. Imagine if you could offer a test everyone needs before they knew they needed it. I mean, how incredible is that? So our mission is to go out there and test everybody on the planet, but we'll make it a little bit prettier. We're going to inspire change in life by improving the health of our customers, and then we can also help with their financial being if you join us as a brand partner to go out there and spread the word. By the way, if you think the USA is bad, well, I got even worse news. It's bad everywhere around the globe. They eat a lot more fish than we do in Europe, so they have better scores, a little bit more in Asia. But we actually have a map of the entire globe, every single country where we've tested people, what their first score is and what their retest score is. It's pretty amazing. Now, real quick on the patent and why our stuff works. When you see the traditional fish oil, there are no polyphenols. It's not bonded. So you're not going to get the absorption of the omega-3. How do we know that? Because we've tested 1.5 million people. Literally, we've tested almost exactly 1.5 million people around the globe. And guess what? Most of us are taking an omega-3 supplement. Did I mention that, most people are failing the test even though they're taking an omega-3 supplement? I can go through all the science here with you. Bottom line is our balanced oil does not taste fishy. It doesn't smell fishy. It doesn't give you a fishy aftertaste. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like olive oil. Now, everybody's had olive oil. You may love the taste. You may like the taste. You may just say, we cook in it, whatever. But 40% of pre-harvest olives means that they get the olive oil at the right time. They cultivate it so that there's no possible way that it becomes rancid or spoiled, and they merge it with the fish oil that they have. 60% is the fish oil, 40% is olives. Now, I've actually been told by the guy who helped formulate all of this that the setup here is in our balance oil is the equivalent of eating 30 sardines and 300 olives a day.
Right.
Can you do that? Jocelyn, how many olives and sardines did you have today? I'm just curious.
None.
You could ask me that, and you could say in the last 30 years, and my answer would be none, right? I mean, it's just not my favorite food. Are you with me, Nolen? Have you not eaten sardines and olives every day?
I'm not.
I mean, my wife loves olives, but she's not getting them with her sardines. So that's not happening. So that's a challenge. And you can get omega-3 from other sources. The only question that matters is it being used by your body? Is it getting absorbed? And we have the patent. That means it's ours. And when you have a patent and nobody else has it, we call that, where I come from, a monopoly.
Right.
So you are just in the perfect vehicle to go out there and watch a humongous explosion of growth. And you can just read right in the patent all of this amazing lingo. I can't say any of that, but you can definitely share the patent with people and let them read it themselves. I mean, it's pretty amazing. When I read that, I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. It's right there. It's in writing. That's their goal, to help people go and do all of that right there. Just amazing. Right. And they've been talking about it in the clinical studies for 2.5 decades. And nobody's really been able to put a dent in the problem. The problem has skyrocketed. It is out of control, and it's growing so fast that we as a society should be in panic mode. But for us, it's opportunity knocking. We're getting the word out there, and we know the results. That's the beautiful thing. Remember, I told you we've tested 1.5 million people. More than half of those people got on our product. And guess what happened? Right here. 95% of those people taking our balanced oil product daily have an omega-6-3 ratio in or near the safe zone, 3-to-1, after 120 days. That's the 4 months. Pretty amazing. That's in writing right there. The company put that in writing. I just grabbed a screenshot of it out of their omega-6-3 ratio report that you get after you take your test. They literally send you this report. Now, you can check it out on your cell phone. It's cool. For me, I'm a PDF guy. I grabbed the whole report, all 20-something pages of it. But check this out. This is a woman who's one of the top reps in our company, and she got a 35-to-1. I think she's 42. She got a 35-to-1 on her first test. You are unbalanced, Jocelyn. You are unbalanced. And then she used the product for 4 months, and check this out. Woohoo! Happy days are here again. You are balanced. 2.7-to-1. That's under 3-to-1, right?
Yep.
So score. And that's the beauty. That's what you're supposed to do. And as you go through that process, you may be a lot happier than I am. There is my initial score. I did better than she did, 35-to-1. I got a 23-to-1. I was still in shock, though. I'm a lot older than she is. And I should have been a lot better in my score because I knew that I needed to be on omega-3s. She didn't. I did, because I've been in the nutrition business for a long time. There's my score right there, 23-to-1. Fail, 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 almost failed. The arachidonic is the main component of your omega-6. And you can see I was elevated. They gave me a little yellow there. It's stoplight. Stop. That's bad. Don't go. Yellow, maybe you might be able to sneak through the light. Green, all systems go, check engine light off. That's where you want to be, in the green. And nope, I mean, my protection value can't get any lower than 0. Okay, that's a 0 to 100. I got a 0. My cell membrane fluidity, insufficient. I'm in the red. This is one bad number. And omega-3, I was very low on that. I actually was getting a little bit. You can see that. It wasn't a 0, but it was still pretty bad. So there's my retest right there. 4 months later, 1.9 to 1. Doing better, right?
Right.
I'm still not in the green everywhere. You can see my protection value is definitely out of the toilet. I went from 0 to 85%. I did that in 4 months. Not bad. Now, here's another thing to consider. What changes did I make to my eating habits? None. I actually was working out harder, and I was burning up more omega-6 and maybe even more omega-3 in the process. So my arachidonic number and my omega-6 number went down, but my omega-3 number went way up. I doubled that. See that right there? And that's how I got in the safe zone right there. Look at my mental strength. Now, Nolen, you already knew my mental strength was off the chart, right?
I did.
My cell membrane still needs a lot of work. I got to max out. And when you hit the green area of all these areas, that's where you want to be. So I still have some work to do. I'm not sitting here popping off like, I'm perfect. No, I still got a long way to go. But I'll retest again in another 4 months. And my goal is to, drop that down again, just a little bit more. So I hope that helps. We have a whole line of supplements. I could sit here and spend another 2 hours on that, but I'm not going to. But I am going to recommend that you look into our health protocol, because it has all of the essentials that you need to completely take care of your entire digestive tract. So is the timing right? Last thing I'm going to show you. This is amazing to me. When we look at the world map, after we've tested, like I said, almost 1.5 million people around the world and 97% of people out of balance. I mean, we actually have this. You can go to this little test at zinzinotest.com, at this little map, not little test. You can literally click on every single country, and you can find out what their initial, first of all, how many people have been tested, and then what their initial test score was, the average for everybody in that country that's been tested. See, that says U.S. That's me clicking on the U.S. And this actually was just yesterday. I got these numbers. We just busted 53,000 people tested in the U.S. Wait a minute. 53,000. Yeah, we have literally tested 1% of where we're going. But of the 1.5 million people, only 50,000 of them came from the USA.
Right.
That is crazy. And then look at the improvement, the average score after using our product over 4 months. The number drops from over 22 to 1 down to almost 3 to 1. That's
right.
Amazing. And that's the same result. It doesn't matter where you go in the world. That's the result. Now, timing. Here we are at 50,000 people, 53, tested in the USA. In the next few years, that number is going to be 5 million. So we're going to have fun looking back on this video in 3 or 4 years and saying, wow, remember when there were only 50,000 people that have been tested? Even if we test only 5 million people, that's only 1.5% of the entire U.S. population. So if we actually tested like 5 or 10%, it would be 10 million people. I mean, it'd be a crazy number, tens of millions. Right. And that's what's going to happen in the next few years. Back to you, Mr. Davis.
So you know what I really like about this? There's so many different elements to this dynamic. So many times we've been in a network marketing company or something like that, and there's no doctors available. We have thousands of doctors worldwide, and we have thousands of naturopaths, and they're all holding hands singing Kumbaya, which is very, very different. Usually the naturopaths are like, doctors don't know what they're talking about, and doctors are like, these guys didn't even go to school like I did, right? but everybody is on the same accord. We have case studies and peer-reviewed writings about omega-3s from everywhere from the Pentagon and anywhere you can imagine, that people are already doing research on how omega-3s affect every part of your body. And when they have a pool of people to where they have access to their blood, we've even done some things to show how omega-3s and suicide, if you're unbalanced, to where people are that soldiers are unaliving themselves. Now, how do I know this? The guy that he was talking about, Stuart Tomk, actually is my co-host on my show, Bio Boot Camp. And you can look us up at Bio Boot Camp Live on YouTube. Subscribe, share, and follow. But Bio Boot Camp Live, and we are putting out an episode every day, not once a week, every day. We have that much content that we can use. Now, this is Jocelyn's call. And so this is just an intro call. This is not your regular type of call to where we talk about compensation. Is the compensation there? Yes, it's a binary. And if you're familiar with binaries, you know that there should create urgency for you to get in. And there's 10 different ways for you to get paid off the binary. But I was talking to Jocelyn before we did this, and she waited to do this because she wanted some results on the product. She said she definitely wanted to take it first before she got started. And so, Jocelyn, while we're talking right now, can you tell people your short testimony on what you found as you've been taking this oil for a couple of weeks now?
Sure. If y'all are following me on Instagram, you know that my son is a power lifter, and I go to the gym with him because I'm his ride, so I work out too. But since I've been taking this, my lifts have gotten stronger and better, and that bar has moved a lot easier. I also I have a very physical job, and I've noticed that that has gotten easier too.
All right. So sometimes people want to hear it from the people that they know, love, and trust. If she sent this to you, this recording to you, either you were here live or you're watching this recording, either way, this is just to get you some information. So I want to kind of go over what we have. This is test-based nutrition, which most of us has never seen. And especially if you've seen it, it's not this affordable. I've actually seen someone selling tests for like $1,800, and they do a whole schematic, but this really focuses on one product that affects every cell in your body to make your cells balanced, to make them pliable to where the nutrition can come in and the waste can come out, automatically maximizes all the supplements that you're taking right now. So we're not saying stop taking your supplements. What we are saying is that, are you getting the maximum benefits from the supplements that you're taking now? If we have a test to show you that you're out of balance, and we have a product that can get you in balance, and if you understood what we talked about today, that should be your goal, right? I want you to understand that this is a brand new product here, but it's a company that's 20 years old, and that's on NASDAQ. I've never seen that before. All of our systems and everything is in place. You're not dealing with a startup company. You're dealing with a company that has grown publicly by 500% over the last 15 months, right? And it's affordable. So many times people will say this product is the number one product that can impact your life, your health, your performance, the way you look, the way you feel, the way you move. It can do all of these things, but it's $64,000 a month, right? This is literally $45 a month. So if you're in today's society, most women, when they're looking for a man, they have all these check boxes. He needs to be 6 feet. He needs to make this. But this company checks all the boxes, and plus some if you didn't, some things that you didn't know that you needed to look for in a company. So now, when people see this, they fall in one of three categories: A, B, or C. A is A. I love test-based nutrition. I love the fact that you guys are a publicly held company. I love that your supplement is literally the number one supplement that can balance my cells so I can maximize the supplements and the nutrition that I'm intaking every day. And that A is A. You had me at all of those things. I'm ready. How do I do that? If you're watching this, text Jocelyn an A, or give Jocelyn a call and tell her that you're ready. The B is I like it, but I got questions. You may want to talk to one of our scientists. You may want to speak to one of our doctors. You may want to talk and get more information on how to get positioned. How do you get paid? We're happy to answer all of those questions, because if you got questions, we got answers. So text B to Jocelyn. And C, everyone who sees this should at least be a C, which is a customer, and find out your number. This is the most important number that you need to know concerning your health and your longevity. I want you to understand, from a customer standpoint, this is not just for Gen X. This is not just for baby boomers. This is not just for millennials. We actually have a timeline on how omega-3s helps the development of a child to the cognitiveness of the elderly and everybody in between. So if you want to do more research or get more information, you can definitely do that. To watch Stuart Tomic and myself literally just lay everything out on Bio Bootcamp Live on YouTube, or you can go to my website, which is biobootcamplive.com. But this is all for Jocelyn. So I want to give Jocelyn a virtual clap right now for seeing what we have, taking it seriously, and doing this virtual call. Jocelyn, is there anything that you want to say before you go?
Thank you all for showing up and coming out, and I really hope to connect with you soon.
All right. Hey, I'm Nolen Davis. Until next time, love to live, live to love, and be well. And remember, A, B, or C. You got to fall in one of the three. I don't know if y'all saw that rhyme. Good night, everybody.